What's up? Welcome back to our podcast that we do on Wednesdays and Sundays.
And sometimes we don't do them on those days. And
Sometimes we don't. Most of the time we do.
Most of the time we do. We're pretty spot
consistent.
on. We're pretty consistent.
This one we were talking about, we chat about fighting for a sec. We chat about the great outdoors. Ryan wants to be homeless for a month. So he's
I'm considering it. If anyone wants to donate to my GoFundMe so I could do that, that would be...
Wait, but you would be whatever.
It's for my expenses when I return.
Ah, okay.
Emotional damage.
I see
drug addiction. And like rehab.
The works.
We
also talk about hunting. That's a long conversation.
That gets into
very
where
deep.
Humankind came from. Are we just animals?
Are
we livestock to another being?
It's a
lots of weird shit.
Very interesting conversation. I think you would enjoy. So yeah, hope you love it. Hope you're loving season 6 and what we're about, and we love you. See ya. Bye.
Have you guys ever been in a fight before? Like an actual fist fight?
Nah, I'm a bit of a pussy. Why? What's up?
Why? What's up? You want to fight?
You trying to throw hands?
Dude, I don't like the way you're fucking looking at me right now.
Dude, we divide this table in half. Bray, me and you are fucked. We've got Sean and the Party Rock on that side.
Yeah.
Honestly, Party Rock could be used as a fucking death weapon.
Yeah.
As a fucking murder weapon. I think it weighs 15 pounds.
That's a heavy boy.
You're thinking about like what would happen, like the trauma that could ensue if like that thing got thrown out a window or something.
That's gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah, that would like kill you.
That's gonna smash your skull.
Think about like throwing that onto a table, like those fold out tables. Ray, have you ever been to a party where they smash the pull out table?
No, I wish. I'd be the one to smash.
I want that so bad. But yeah, no, sorry. You were talking about fights.
Oh,
I don't think Bray's ever been in a legit fight. Maybe he's wrestled with Bronx.
Wait, have you? You
have been in a fight?
Yeah.
No, I've never been in a fight. I wrestled when I was a kid. Me and Bronson have wrestled. He always kicks my ass because he's bigger than me.
Have you wrestled with Luke before?
I have not wrestled with Luke. I would like to wrestle with
Luke.
Luke.
Is strong as fuck.
Me and Luke could have a good bout.
No, Luke would drop you, dude.
You think so?
He's really strong.
Shit.
He's really strong.
Fuck, I need to hit the gym.
He's buff.
I do too.
He's a buff boy.
Yeah, he's a buff boy.
See,
we love Luke. We wish he was on the podcast tonight.
Have you guys ever wanted to get in a fight?
Not for any reason.
You ever wanted to get in a fight?
Oh, I think no, I've never really wanted that. I haven't experienced anything where it's like I want to fight you. In quite some time, maybe
no one has ever pissed me off enough to where I'm like, I want to hit you. I'm actually going to hit you.
Yeah. What do you think it would take? Like if somebody like crashed in your car? I feel like even then you'd be like, dude, what the fuck?
No, I would be like, your insurance is gonna fuck you. I don't have to.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like someone has to really be disrespecting
your honor, your woman.
Not even like my.
What would it take for you to fight someone over Shay? Like what would they need to do to Shay?
I just I don't know, flat disrespect. Like if anyone's just being like super
comes up and slaps her ass or something.
Just I don't know.
Is it contextual on the guy? Like if this guy, what would you? Those memes where it's like if this guy walked up to your girl and slapped her ass, what would you do?
I mean, if it was like a big guy, like.
Well, there's obviously there are fights you can't win. If Dwayne the Rock Johnson smacks her ass, what am I going to do about it?
I think there's honor in trying. Being willing to fight even though you're going to lose.
You just tap Dwayne the Rock Johnson's shoulder. He turns around and just knocks you down.
Hey, buddy.
It just breaks your hand.
Excuse me, sir. He just one-shots you.
Do you guys see that video of Arnold Schwarzenegger getting drop kicked in the back?
Oh yeah.
Some guy, I forgot where he was, but some guy just runs up behind him and jumps up in the air, kicks him with both feet in the back, and Arnold just and it broke the guy's leg.
No way.
It broke the guy's fucking leg.
Dude, that's a fucking Terminator status right there.
Yeah, just imagine Arnold Schwarzenegger. He doesn't budge. He fucking turns around and just looks at you.
I'm not scary
His eyes
because of his
glow
body.
red.
I'm scared of his political power.
Was he a political power?
He was the governor of California for like 10 years.
What the fuck?
And he's
And he
Arnold
was-
Schwarzenegger.
And he was trying to be president, but he wasn't born in the United States, so they wouldn't let him be president.
Poor guy.
That is a thing.
That's an interesting law. I mean, it makes sense.
That is an interesting law.
I mean,
it's like
I don't think that means. I think Elon Musk then cannot be president. Not that he'd ever want to.
He's Canadian.
it's just like a weird thing.
No, I thought he's South African.
Oh, that's right.
Is he actually?
Yeah, but South African is just
He's got such a weird accent.
it's just South African.
It's like, it doesn't sound like generic South African. It just like sounds like such an accent that I can't place. Even though
He just sounds so smart.
It's just weird
dude.
that you can't be the president if you're not born here. Like you could be born in Africa, and then the day you're born, you could like move to the U.S. with your family, and like you still can't be president. I don't know. It's just weird to me. Like I don't know.
I wonder what happens if how international waters would affect that. Like if you're on a cruise.
I've heard of like if a baby's born on a plane, it's technically not a U.S. citizen.
Oh, really?
I believe so.
That's very interesting.
So I don't know. I'm sure cruises are the same way.
So cruises are interesting too because they're usually registered to countries like not the ones that you'd expect.
Yes.
Because when you're on international waters, you have to obey the laws of the land that the ship is registered to. If it's not registered to any country, then it's a pirated ship, and then it's out for kill by anyone. But so they are all registered to like Panama or weird countries like that where they like have already fucked with like the tax laws or like the labor laws or things like that.
Yeah.
As well as that's why you can like we could do a booze cruise at the age of like 18.
Yes.
And that's why you can go gambling on those things usually.
And yeah, most I mean, it's up to the captain. From what I've heard, they have to be registered to like a country, but it's up to the captain to say, "Oh, you're in America, but I will like you can drink at the age of 18 on my ship." You know, I believe that's up to the captain.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if there's like a formal announcement or a button he has to push, like I consent to laws of the land of the ship that we follow. I think it's just no, because they tell you when you're on international waters, and that's when things open up. Have you guys been on a cruise before?
Never. I would like to. That'd be fun.
We should do a cruise sometimes. Cruises are cheap too.
Are they?
And you just get a fuck like everything's it's like included usually.
Oh yeah, like
You
you
get
get
cruise and it's
just
like everything there is yours.
It's like you pay and then you're like, all right, I'm gonna go eat, and I don't have to pay for what I eat because I already paid for it on my cruise,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
which is sick.
It's dangerous. You just walk up to the fucking buffet at 3 a.m. and you bring back some pizza and you just put it on and maybe you eat a slice and you fall asleep and then you leave it for room service the next day.
Yep. That's nice.
Incredibly wasteful, but would you guys get seasick at all or no?
I don't know.
I don't think I would.
I would hope not. I know that I get motion sickness really easily, but I don't think I get seasick. I've been on boats before.
Fishing boats?
I think I hold up to like boats
You
pretty
got your sea legs on you?
Yeah. Dude, my dad's building a boat. I tell you that.
Hell yeah.
RC?
No. Dude, he was telling me about RC boats the other day.
RC boats, they can pull little squirrels. You seen that?
Dude, on like a jet, on
Look at him.
a wakeboard.
That squirrel can water ski.
Yeah. No, yeah, my dad's building a boat. Like
That's
he's
tight.
like, yeah, he's
Like
like,
he's like Noah in the Ark.
yeah, basically. He's
fucking-
going to bring us to the new land.
Doof. He's like Braydens, a storm is coming.
Braydens.
Dude, the amount of work he has put into that thing already is astonishing.
The boat.
The boat.
Boating, dude.
Dude, he's gonna fish off that thing so hard.
Dude, you gonna go with him or what?
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna buy him a hat that says "Women love me, fish fear me."
Fish fear me.
Fish fear me.
How? I guess we should probably take it back. Sean, you were saying how much you wanted to just be good at fighting.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So here's my reasoning for that. So like, it's not like I necessarily want to like fight all the time, but I want to know that I'm good at fighting. Like I want to have like fought like enough people to like know that like I could hold my own. Where like you can like walk into a room and like you can know that like you can like win like a good number of fights with like the people there. I feel like that gives confidence.
Like I can kick that dude's ass, and I know it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Like, or at least like you at least have the confidence to believe that you do that. And if you can believe that you can fight somebody and win, that's just going to make you better in the fight.
Yes.
Because if you're
Yeah, but
doubting
that's
yourself,
assuming that there's a fight.
that's assuming there is a fight, not that there's going to be.
But you're
like,
always prepared.
Yeah,
which
and, like,
1,000% of the time.
and it's
up
not like
until
you're
now.
looking for fights. It's just that like even like if like it came down to it, if I like even like try like avoiding the fight and everything, if it came down to it, I would know that I could beat the shit out of that guy.
I don't think I've ever even seen a fight.
I don't think I've ever seen a fight. I
Like-
don't think I've ever really wanted to.
Like
be in a
not
fight.
not counting mosh pits or anything,
I
but
haven't-
like you
I
know,
haven't seen a fight in real life. I saw a video of like not Jake Mafia. It was another one of like the Polynesian kids at school. Him and this other kid like fighting in the locker room. They were going ham.
really.
Like they weren't grappling or anything. Like they weren't like worried about any of that. They were just punching each other. It was
Damn, dude.
nuts. Like it was crazy.
Shit's fucked right there.
But
Dude, some of those big Polynesian kids at school, they scare me, man. They're so
Yeah.
much bigger than me.
dude, I just like pray that like a big Polynesian guy isn't gonna like. have beef
You want to
with me
something?
sometime.
You want to something fucked?
Snap me in half.
Just absolutely ridiculous.
Hit it.
So I saw this Polynesian kid. This one I was still in high school.
God.
I saw this massive. He was like a senior, but this dude was like a full grown adult. Like he was like 6'5". I don't even remember who it was. And I remember he wanted a Poptart, and you know how Pop-Tarts are kind of like thin.
Yeah.
Like you know, like they're like the packages are not like bulky.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I saw this motherfucker grab the vending machine and shake it, and a Pop-Tart fell out. And he just took it.
Dude, and that's when you realize that like alpha males still walk the earth.
Dude, that's how I realized. I'm like, if I wanted a free Pop-Tart right now, I could not get it, but this guy can. Like, are you kidding me? Is that not like so cool?
Dude, fucking
What?
okay.
That's a toughie. That's
Believe what you want, but being bigger and being stronger grants you so much freedom.
It
in
does.
life. Like, few
an
people are going to
extent.
mess with you. Like, you know, if somebody does mess with you, you have a higher chance of like being able to beat the shit out of them. Of course, you can. Shake
you guys
vending
live a very
machines
different
until you
life
get-
than I do. I think I don't have any issues that are ever backed by any physicality, like
No, me either.
necessity.
That must be
or
liberating.
just the thought process. No, because it's like I have to use my fucking words to get out of shit because I can't lift a damn thing or fight anyone off.
And you're good at that. See, like I can't,
You are good
like,
at that.
I can't talk worth shit. So then, like, well, I guess
Guess I'll do it.
I'll get good at fighting or something. I don't know. Like, but that's
I suppose.
no.
I suppose I can see the difference between us. That makes sense.
I think
It's like
I'll try to be a little more alpha male tomorrow and just like size everyone up. Like,
the fuck. You want something? No, but it's
oh, you looking at me?
it's always better to try to use your words first. I mean, if you can be so good at your like.
Why use words when I can lift rock?
speech 100.
Speech strength 100, speech 0, party rock 12.
There's simplicity in being a good
Charisma 10.
Fucking
Charisma barter 100.
God, dude!
This
I
is
wish,
all-
I wish life had a progression system in the Skyrim tiers, where it's just like, I want to work on this, and you have to do whatever it is, be it monetary or spiritual or anything like that. You have to gain a certain level of something, and then you could just purchase it, and then you're that much better at something. Can you imagine if skills worked like that, or like
And you
just a
don't
literal tier system to it?
Just grinding real life.
Oh, God, just XP grinding.
and you don't digress because like in Skyrim, like you progress, but you don't lose skills, you don't lose talents.
Yes.
Now imagine
I
a
wish
video
there
game
were-
like that though.
You could lose talents if you go to prison.
I wish there were more mobs in real life. I'll say it right now.
More mobs.
Wait, mobs or moms?
Mobs. Like you got your creeper, your zombie, your spider.
Dude, on your way to work and like there's like a zombie or something in your way. You're like,
Goddamn creeper got me walking out of the house this morning. I'm gonna be late for work.
Creeper outside of your door, and you're
I
like,
need the XP.
dude, I'm about to level up, and you look like just enough XP.
See, I
Don't
feel like
fuck
that
with
would
me.
add spice to life. I mean, just having like those little battles that you have to do that are like much more physical. where you don't have to,
Goddamn
like-
mini boss.
See, that's another thing too. Physical conflict can be sometimes like a lot better than mental conflict. Because I mean, like if like for me, like if I don't have like the mental capacity to like wrap my mind around like a situation with somebody, where like I'm like trying to like argue with them or like battle them out, but like with my wits and stuff.
Yeah.
When I'm fresh out of wit, fresh out of like mentality, then like a physical altercation might be easier because then logic, reasoning is outside the window. The right man is the person who wins the fight. Where was I going with that?
You prefer physical over the mental.
I think so, or at least in some cases.
So you're the
know.
group's Andre the Giant. You know, in that situation,
Isn't that weird?
Bray is Inigo
A what?
Inigo Montoya. Have you seen Princess Bride?
Nope.
Fuck you. We're gonna watch it. You're gonna love it.
Not tonight.
Not tonight, but another night.
Good.
Some night.
Good.
I know how to get you in the mood for things. You gotta trust in me, dude. You're hesitant to do anything at first.
No, I'm hesitant to watch any movie.
Dog, I need you to watch Her.
Is that scary?
No, it's sad. It's beautiful.
I'm not down for that.
It's so good, dude.
I'd rather watch Climax. I do want to watch that.
Climax bangs.
I would love to watch
We can
that.
watch Climax tonight.
Dude, no, I want there to be mobs in real life. Not anything bad.
I think we
but-
should focus on that a little more because it is a cool
Yeah.
concept.
Dude, I want to walk out into the garage to pull my car out. I'm like, okay, ready for work. And I want there to be like an endermite in there. I'm like, fuck, now I have to deal with this
Just
endermite.
fucking run him over.
And it's exactly.
Take out his kneecaps.
What's an endermite? What's the difference between an endermite and an enderman?
An enderman is an enderman, you know. But an endermite is like, you know, when you're in like the stronghold and you're mining and the little worm-looking thing pops out of the block.
Oh, the little shulker ones? The one that if you kill them, you get the shulker shells? Or
No, that's a shulker.
Okay.
I'll pull up a picture. Bronson, can you pull that up for me?
Yo, Bronze, pull that up on the screen.
Yeah.
I know you've seen them. They're not very common.
I don't know if I've been. I think I told you this. I haven't been to the end.
You don't have to go to the end to see them.
Oh.
They're just like little bugs. Essentially, they're not very hard to kill. This guy.
Okay, that's cute.
Yeah, I know he's kind of cute, but you have to fight him.
Oh, shit.
You have to kill his ass. Yeah.
Damn.
Or imagine, like, on the news, you're like, 8 brave men are fighting the end dragon as we speak.
Oh, shit. Better tune into that.
Bless them.
Blast them, dude. 10 people killed by
Send.
wither. By the wither.
Small village destroyed.
By the wither.
Fucking torn
The wither will
down.
fuck your shit up, damn.
Oh.
Or like,
I like that we started a Minecraft realm and we immediately got into, like, politics. Like, division, and we established a voting system between the High Council, which is all the founding members, and then there was a combat system, so there was trial by combat, which we need to make an arena for, which needs to be like 10,000 blocks high or something.
Dude, I want to make it like a playground.
Like in the middle, like have a bunch of shit? Or what do you mean?
I want to have it like a big arena, but it's not just like a flat ground arena. I want there to be like obstacles so you can like run up this, go around this.
Right, I
It's like,
agree.
you know?
It should be like a parkour thing, and then there should be like bridges on top, and in the very middle there's like lava and parts and stuff.
Like there could be all kinds of
There
cool
could be,
shit.
and like cactuses around, or like things that'll cause damage.
And I like to think of it like it shouldn't be easy to. It shouldn't be fast. I feel like it should be like a. It should be like a. Like you have access to bows and like. Maybe like a wooden sword, or maybe like an iron sword tops.
That's
Like a
interesting.
stone sword.
That's
But
cool.
I don't want the fight to be short. You know, I don't want the fight to be like.
I think it'd
30
be interesting. You could do some cool redstone where you do some really long redstone lines from where you're sitting, and you could select items and use droppers to or dispensers to dispense like random items or something.
You know what would be cool? Is
So you could do drops.
You could definitely do like a countdown thing.
That's cool.
So you could do like I could do that 100%.
Yeah.
Like you have like a display and it's like 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and when it hits 1, things drop and then you're able to move.
That's interesting.
You could definitely. Do
We'll
that.
talk about that
We could
later.
do
We'll
that.
talk more Minecraft specs later.
Yes, yeah, we will. we won't.
But, Sean, you've been watching a lot of YouTube, the specific genre. Is that right?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
There's this channel. It's called, what is it called? It's called Tube. Wait, hang on.
RedTube.
Oh, RedTube. I'm a big fan of RedTube.
Yeah, I've been subscribed for a long time.
It's called Tube Unique Wilderness, and it's like these. I don't know what race they are. They're like Indian or like Indonesian or something like that. But
Okay.
they live in an area that has jungles. So basically, these guys, they just go out in the jungle and they create like they make like houses and swimming pools and like these amazing structures just out of wood, dirt, and water, and then like leaves and stuff. But
yeah, well, they're like making concrete out of mud, and they're reinforcing it with wood and stones, and they're doing all sorts of crazy shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like what they do, like they like basically they'll like dig like a hole in the ground, and then like from there they'll like use like they basically just like their tools are like basically like a wooden stick, like a wooden pole, and then kind of like a machete blade type thing, and they use that to like dig into the ground, and like they'll cut like in like designs and like shapes and stuff like that into the walls. Yes,
dude, I've got a fucking bonkers idea. Okay, it'll save both deforestation and the homelessness problem. All right, hear me out. So what we do is we don't need to build the homeless homes. You know, that there's a lot of reasons why that doesn't work, and systematically it would never work anyways. But we're starting to use a lot of trees. We're starting to deforest the earth. Mm-hmm. We invest, the government buys just a fuck ton of land somewhere. I don't care where, just with dense forests. We pay people like that to do things like to teach people that, to teach the homeless how to do that. Mm-hmm. So then we have all these homeless cities living in the wilderness. And then they start to like evolve and everything, just like how tribes did. And then they like start that process of like giving what they have. Mm-hmm. And growing from there. That would be interesting.
Start them from the basics.
Dude, and then it starts like a civil war, like the hobo king rises up and starts a resistance. That shit's fucking cool. That's a story right there.
See, I wonder if you could get like people to do that. I mean, I'm sure you could.
I don't know. I think you'd have to get into the psyche of the homeless person, which who knows? I feel like
with homeless people, they've got a lot of apathy going on.
Right.
Like, they're probably just like,
they're pretty aware of the cards they've been given at that point.
Yeah.
I think I talked to you guys about this. It was like a year ago. I must have been going through some shit. I don't know. But I had the idea of like, how cool would it be if you guys like dropped me off in like Salt Lake and I had nothing, not even my wallet or anything, and I was just homeless for like a month.
You just had to find your way?
And I just had to find my way.
Figure shit out?
That shit would be nuts, dude. I would love to try that someday.
For a whole month?
For a whole month. Maybe, I feel like anything less than that wouldn't be like a real experience.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I feel like maybe Utah's the safest place. I don't know. I could still see myself getting like stabbed or something.
No, Utah is so safe.
Utah is.
For homelessness crime?
In Salt Lake, it has its sketchy parts and stuff. But I mean, I feel like...
My biggest fear is that I love it.
You just
My biggest fear is that I somehow learned to flip the switch of like materialism and vanity and all these things, and I love it. That would be a very interesting conclusion.
That'd be cool.
But I feel like you'd come back with the stories you could tell and the stories that you could talk about. I mean,
I've
never heard of anyone doing that. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I couldn't imagine like what a shower would feel like after that, or like just even a home cooked meal. Be insane, man. The AC, little things like that.
Do you ever wonder like how long you would last like on a deserted island? Like if you're shipwrecked somewhere, like Castaway style?
It'd be pretty bad. I think I'd be like the pilot in Castaway. I don't think I'd be like Tom Hanks in Castaway.
Dude, I was talking with someone yesterday.
I don't know. Oh, sorry.
No, I was talking with someone yesterday, and we were talking about, what was it? I was talking about how Utah is such a safe place that we all kind of take for granted. Dude, when I went to like Cleveland, Ohio to play paintball, it was a long time ago, we did, dude, and that's like, I don't know the exact number. It's like the 5th highest rated for like gang violence or something like that. I don't remember what it was. It's like a violent city though, Cleveland is. And like, dude, that place is significantly scarier than anywhere in Utah.
See, gangs are like real life mobs. They're mobsters, dude. Gang. We've never even had to worry about gangs. I've never thought about interacting with a gang in my entire life. That's the first time I've ever considered it.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's like we take it for granted. Is that like Utah is such a safe place? It's like whether you like it or not, it's a good place to live.
It is,
and like you can. Like, I don't know, just like looking at someone wrong in a different city can like get you in trouble. Or can
Wearing
get
the
you
wrong
in a-
colors, man.
Or like, yeah, it can get you in a weird situation or whatever.
Definitely.
Which I couldn't imagine living in because I grew up in Utah, where the most dangerous thing that I'll ever encounter is a missionary knocking on my door. You know, but I don't know. It's like a different dynamic. I feel like we don't appreciate it.
That's like a
What do you,
creeper.
what do you think that does to like your sight, to like your mental state, like growing up in a place with that much hostility?
Makes you tough, man.
But it does.
Dude, I feel
It'll
like
fuck you up.
Oh, yeah.
people in different states, anywhere but Utah, I feel like everyone in a different state has super thick skin.
Definitely.
And like in Utah, everyone's a whole bunch of crybabies because we don't have to deal with much.
It's true.
We don't have a lot of bad here. Everything's pretty good.
It's true.
You know?
I almost wish like there was like a little more like hostility. I mean, like
The most hostility
like a
you'll
healthy,
get.
like a healthy dose, not like not super,
Sean
not
wants
necessarily
more
hostility, but like
hostility.
danger. I guess.
Sean really wants to fight.
I think
No, I just feel like, like if there is, because I mean, like, like you get purpose in life for like having to fight for it, like we were talking about like this earlier, how like we no longer have like that need to survive. We just have like, we just want to thrive and progress in life now. Like we don't have to like fight for our lives anymore. Mm-hmm. We just kind of like have to like get, a better job, make more money, stuff like that. But I feel like there's a lot of benefits to like living a life where like you do have to fight a little bit more. I think you appreciate things, and like when you have your wins, those wins are a little more.
I think that's a little different than higher gang violence. Being
That's not what I'm
surrounded by
saying
more
either.
danger.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm not saying like having like higher
I'm talking
gang
more
violence.
quicksand. I'm talking more
quicksand.
anvils flying from the sky.
Yeah.
I'm talking
guess-
more like road runners.
It's just weird. Like I know what you're
Nah,
talking
just
about.
like social dangers, I guess.
Dude,
You
it
know?
would just
not
make
gangs,
you,
but like
I think there's enough social danger. I think everything is dangerous socially.
dude, it would just make you have like thicker skin. Like I don't know.
well,
Like
if anything, like like more like even if it's like playful, like a society where like people are like fine with like offending people or like fine with like, I guess that's like a personal thing then,
Yeah, I don't
like-
think like a societal need would ever fulfill like if you don't like being made fun of, like I don't think just because the rest of society should be doing that, which I don't think they should. You should conform to that. I think that there's a balance of good and evil in the world, and there will always be a continual balance no matter what. There's a give and take to all of it. So I don't think that like you can disperse it evenly everywhere necessarily.
oh no.
And even if like it were like on a grander scale, like gang violence and stuff, then you have the people that are strong enough to like fight against that and hold their own. Then you have like the people that just kind of like run and hide from that and are afraid from that kind of violence. So I guess it kind of just depends on like.
So what if, as far as violence, to meet you halfway, what if we started doing like the Scott Pilgrim model? Like when you start dating someone new, you have to fight all of their exes.
Yes.
Did that work for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that should be.
That's something.
I think that's the start of something there. Maybe they were onto something there. I don't know.
What about like those girls that are just like constantly like getting new boyfriends?
That's a lot of people to fight.
It's a lot of fucking exes.
You dug your own grave, dude.
It's just like
It's
a
your
battle
bad.
royale type thing. You have guys that are just like, I'm like busy that day. Can't keep fighting.
I can't. I have to give this one up. I lost.
You just gotta like,
You win, Pilgrim.
maybe not like so much as like a fight, but like some sort of like competition or battle, like a thumb wrestle.
Like a fucking game of chess.
Yeah. You guys
Game of
kinda-
Smash Bros. Everything's elected by Smash Bros. That'd be cool.
Dude, I would have to train.
Oh yeah, everyone would just be grinding. All of society would be based off of that, because then you could just challenge someone to a Smash Bros. Battle.
I'm not good at Smash Bros. Anymore.
Oh yeah, I was playing the other day for the first time. I was like, I am out of it.
Yeah, it's not good. Do love me some Smash Bros. Though.
Yeah, it's tight. Do you have all the DLC or no?
No,
Yeah.
I do not.
I just have
Actually.
Piranha Plant.
I also only have Piranha, but that was because of pre-order. So yeah, I don't have anything else.
Yo, Party Rock, you've been a little quiet lately.
Yeah, speak
Yeah,
up.
man. What's got you down?
No, I feel that.
Fuck. Dude,
Yeah,
that's
man.
heavy. Here we are talking about
That
how
is
we
heavy.
wish our lives were harder, and he's His life is already rock hard, man.
He's so cute.
He is cute.
He is.
He's so cute.
We could talk about some miscellaneous topics.
Hit me with a miscellaneous topic.
I always have a few. We have a few on hand here.
You guys got me talking about fights and stuff like that, and I went off a little bit.
Dude, it's all good.
We
There's nothing else we have
a topic on there about hunting. What do you guys think about hunting?
I'm pro hunting.
You're pro hunting.
If you're, like using the full animal.
Okay.
So the big thing is like as far as like local Utah like population control hunting that says that's tight as fuck. I don't care. You can do that. Hunting. It's like the weird ones like when they go to Alaska and like murder a bear. Just cause, or like a going to Africa and killing like a lion or something. Those are a little more where it's like I don't really fuck with that. I think that's a little more fucking weird, and that's some primal shit. Something about like taking down a beast.
Well,
I'm sure like, there's something so naturally like inspiring to you as a human being because there's something in your genetics that should be rewarding you for doing that.
Yeah, it's like a feeling of ecstasy and whatnot.
Have you killed anything big?
Reminding you of your power.
I've killed a deer.
You killed a deer? I've killed a deer too.
Really?
Fucking launched it 40 feet with my car.
Shit.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, broke its legs, broke all of its legs. They're all compound fractures.
I also killed a deer with my car.
Dude, fuck yeah. Maybe it was the same deer. Maybe there's there's a pet cemetery out there. It's just, they keep rising.
Yeah, I've killed a deer, and like it's fine. I'm not a huge hunter anymore, but it's just like the people that go to like the Amazon to kill wild animals that are just minding their own business. Like killing a deer is whatever. Like some people are against killing even like deer or whatever.
It's just like, who cares? You need to kill the deer and to maintain the population, or everything gets fucked. In the ecosystem.
if we stop killing some animals, some things can get out of whack because there's a reason things are the way they are.
Yeah, people don't understand that sometimes there was a lot of animals before us, and it's not like they all just survive. It's that races die in and out all the time.
And it's like we need space if we can't have these animals overpopulating, because then there's a whole bunch of problems that can come from it. But it's where you kill like the alpha predators, where there's like not that many, like lions or like even like giraffes. It's not even like it's a predator.
Elephants is fucked up.
That is. Yeah. It's like why are you killing these massive animals when they don't need to be controlled? Like they're fine,
It's just like for some reason like elephant ivory and like other things, like for example,
because you make dope ass toupees with them.
Dope ass toupees,
wooden teeth.
Mm-hmm. Like it's like
it's a commodity.
Very
rare.
That's the word. Yeah,
and almost all sales got stopped. I want to say in like 2006 for it because it was completely blacklisted, so it just increased poachers.
Yep.
And so that's why you always see pictures of guards like guarding elephants and shit.
Yeah, dude.
Which is badass as fuck. But yeah, dude, I remember I saw on Instagram once there was this girl who I used to follow, and her husband had shot a giant bear in like Alaska, and I like one of those. And then there was like a picture, and there was a picture of them like kissing on it.
Oh, that's weird.
And I was like, what the fuck? And I unfollowed immediately.
That's a weird...
I like physically reacted. I was like, oh, like disgusted. Oh my God, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's some weird...
That's some yeehaw shit.
That is some real yee.
It's like, hey, son, you want to know how you were born? It was on that fucking carcass over there.
Oh my God.
It was on that carcass that's hanging on the wall.
That's hanging on the couch. And guess what? You were born on that too.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, we kept the pelt. I kind of agree with you there. Like, I think like if like you like it becomes like so obsessive where like you follow like the rush of like killing an animal, like that's kind of, I mean, I don't know, like it's weird. It's really weird to think about for me. But for like hunting, to eat and to like use like, like the animal's parts for stuff, like I totally support that because one, I mean like from what I've seen, like people that like mass produce like like cow meat and like other meats and stuff like that. They treat their animals pretty poorly. I mean, even if like they're like certified humane, I mean like, it's still, I don't know, like still like I feel like that animal's life is still like its quality of life is still lower than a deer's quality of life. I mean, a deer.
That's really eye opening, actually.
Yeah, because a deer, I mean, it gets to roam around freely, frolic around, eat all the grass that it wants, and it's probably like because it's gonna get sick and it's gonna get old, and it's probably gonna get killed by like a wolf or like a coyote or something anyway. So it's going to die naturally, and with that, you kind of take that deer's life as your own responsibility. And, you know, you shoot it yourself, you butcher it yourself. Well, I mean, you don't have to butcher it yourself.
Right,
but
you see to it that it's taken care of.
Yeah, and then that deer is going to last you, like, months.
I mean, here's the thing. When something dies in nature, it does go back to nature. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're going straight into the ground or back into the ecosystem. So you do remove it from that. But, I mean, so that wolf that would have eaten that and survived and fed its cubs isn't eating that deer anymore.
Yeah, I mean, but if there's a steady population, which, you know, like...
But a steady population does involve killing other animals. Like, it involves killing them off even through inaction of you're killing what would have eaten that or what ate that. And then it doesn't eat or something.
I want to go back to Sean's point that he made just barely, where he was talking about a deer's life being, like, killing it being semi-humane, if that makes sense. Like, if you look at all of just like the grocery stores filled with meat and whatnot, most of those cows' lives, at least from what I've seen, are pretty inhumane. Like, they're treated very poorly.
You guys seen the Fairlife stuff?
Yeah, I've seen all kinds of shit
that's going around?
Like, whatever. There's all kinds of crazy stuff that they do. But the point is that the deer that you're killing, and I mean, at my house we use all the meat and we eat it all, which is fine. You probably shouldn't just kill a deer just to be like, yeah, I killed a deer. You should eat it at least. I don't know.
Quick little thing. When I was a kid, me and my friends, we were walking like on like these back roads, and like behind like a dirt mound, we saw this rotting elk body, and the head was just cut off. So somebody basically just hunted this elk, beheaded it for the trophy, and then left the body there to rot.
Yeah, see, that's not...
Stuff like that disgusts me. Jesus. Yeah, sorry, I interrupted you, Braden. You can...
Oh, it's just it's where, what was I saying? You killing that deer and eating it for food is fine, but people, like, and people view that as like, oh, hunting's so bad. Like, oh, you're taking a deer out of its natural habitat where it can be, like what Ryan was saying, given back to the environment, whether it's wolves or decomposing or whatever naturally. But it's super, like, what people are doing to cows or other livestock, it's like way more inhumane, and we're not hunting them. We own them. You know, it's like so like people make a big deal about hunting. It's hunting the huge trophy animals and poachers and shit like that. That's a
very small percentage of the humans that are harassing animals. It's a very small number.
It's a very small number that people are like freaking out about. This extremely small number, which I get. You know,
the big thing is if people are passionate about the thing with animals, then I would say start with the food companies.
Yeah,
start with wild personal take. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I really could not care less. Really? As long as it gets on my table, I would prefer it to stay a lower price than not. I don't care to pay extra for it. I don't think these animals are on that conscious level that I feel bad about it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I respectfully agree with, or disagree or agree with anyone else's opinion. Feel how you feel, challenge what you want to challenge, but I definitely do not have a problem with how animals are treated like that, because I don't think. And here's another wild take. I don't think that's anything worse than we have. I wish mankind never domesticated any animals.
Ever.
I don't think they're necessary at this point, and I wish that they wouldn't, because I think it's kind of fucking sad the life that a lot of dogs live. Even dogs that are notoriously happy. Yeah. I mean, you're spending at least 8 hours a day home alone. And dogs are not meant to be alone. They're meant to be with other dogs. And so even if you get another dog, dogs aren't necessarily made to be domesticated, and they never have been. So if we want to get really into tragedies, pet lovers, you can start with that too. It's not going to be as socially acceptable, but I don't know.
While I'm out, like delivering mail, doing whatever, traveling around the city.
So many sad dogs.
There's so many dogs that are just. It really breaks my heart because there's so many that are just locked up, and I know, like I see plenty of dogs, and I know it's a hunting dog, which like using a dog for hunting is fine. Like it's fine if you're hunting ducks, whatever the dog is meant for. That's fine.
That's
but
its purpose.
That's all it does. It sits in a cage.
Outside dogs are a tragedy.
I know it sits in a cage until it needs to be used. It's like a tool, and it's like a tool you have to feed. And I hate that. Like you're giving your dog no attention. You're not like the dog. I don't know. It's just it's just such a weird life that dog has to have, and it sucks. Definitely. It seriously sucks. That's so sad.
Definitely.
And that one hits close to home because we all love dogs. It's not like we all love cows and we're like, oh, cows are dying. But like dogs are, it's like super sad.
But then again, like, so some things here. So kind of like a point that you made when we were talking about hunting is that you, like when you hunt a deer, you don't really know like what effect you're making on the ecosystem. Like when you take that deer out of the ecosystem, like it could have fed a wolf, which a wolf, takes care of the population of the deer, things like that. So you could be imbalancing that.
Which side note, people are keeping track of that kind of stuff too.
Yeah. So I don't know, what effect like hunting actually has on the ecosystem. Whereas a cow is sent, like those cows, we've taken it to the point where cows are basically completely removed from the ecosystem, or at least, not necessarily. I mean, they feed us, but
I would say
they're removed from the ecosystem where they affect anything else.
Yeah, I would say cows are more domesticated than wild. Is that what you guys say? That's true?
I don't domesticated.
I mean, unless you have like those
home, but
I mean, there are those cows that if you drive like up like the canyon, there's those cows that are roaming free, but they're owned by somebody, but they're roaming free. I mean, like they're in their natural habitat.
It is in an ecosystem because it's on someone's property. It's not like they're immediately killing it.
But they are eventually going to be slaughtered. Yes. So with that, I guess there's kind of the difference there is that you can directly affect the ecosystem if you're hunting a deer, whereas you're not doing that by slaughtering and eating a cow. And then another thing too, like you were saying that you don't really like care if like a cow, like how like cows are being treated, like they're like, you don't believe like they're on like the conscious level where like it really matters. But then again, like what's the difference between mistreating a cow and then hunting and mistreating a bear?
Or even like a dog. Like dogs aren't on the same level.
I guess I don't really know like why you're getting a reaction from that, but not from cows.
So I'm definitely not making a stance on hunting, and I would hate for anyone to think that that's what I was doing. I think that there's a difference between an endangered species that really we don't get any benefit from, like a lion, like eating a lion that doesn't feed a lot of people, eating elephant doesn't really feed a lot of, I don't know the market for that, versus the insane beef market that we have now. I think that's a very different thing where these things have been bred up just for the sole purpose of doing that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's not like these are wild endangered species like lions or elephants that if we kill them and they're so isolated that they could die out and forever, that we're not going to lose cows because we have so many of them. So I don't think that's a problem. I think the problem is that people like to pick and choose the fights that they take, and that's totally fine because you can't be black and white with everything, but it's not always this idealistic of we want to save animals every time.
Can I bring up something too?
Yeah.
So, like, if you go on a really far one-sided stance, not saying I'm a part of this party at all, but saying, like, we are humans, we are the alpha, why should we care whether these animals are extinct or not? Like, why does it matter to us? Like, if they're extinct, that's, like, it's different. You can't make them completely extinct, but why are you mad when I'm hunting, like, lions? Or why are you mad when I'm hunting elephants? I'm not, like, as long as they're not extinct, it's fine, right? Like, if that is
I think they're on the bridge of extinction more than, cattle or deer are.
Well, yeah.
Which is a very long-term scary thing that we as humankind have wiped out this population, and instead of doing everything that we can to fix it, we're still encouraging hunting for it, even to a small extent.
But
That's a little
why should it
disappointing.
matter, though? We're the alpha. We should be able to do whatever we want.
So here's the thing about being the alpha is we look down at all these species and we say that because we're the alpha over them, we can do these things. We can domesticate them, we can breed them, we can eat them, we can do anything we want to them.
Yeah.
If we make that position, we are cosmically the same level as ants to another being. I don't know what it is. I don't know where it is. We are that could step on us, that could domesticate us, breed us, eat us, anything like that.
So if someone could domesticate us.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And so shit's fucked, but life is kind of fucked up.
Yeah,
and I think there's a lot you can do to avoid it. I'm not going to do anything like advocating it. I think a lot of people like to do the bare minimum and think that that's enough by like retweeting or liking or because I remember that everyone was sucking that dick of the video of that post about the cattle farm, and it's like, dude, you went out the next day and you went to Burger King, you had a burger, you didn't even fucking think twice about where that meat came from.
It doesn't matter.
You can do it on social media, that's tight as fuck, but the second you're eating, you don't care. No one cares. They want to act like they care. They want to show that they care. And then even if that makes them feel like they care and that they feel like they're doing something that matters, I don't think that that's necessarily doing so much unless they're actually actively like lobbying to do something that changes something.
So I'm going to bring up something super broad.
Okay.
Fuck me up.
Ready? So if you are, we're thinking we're not killing elephants or we're not killing lions or whatever because it's not humane, right? So going on Ryan's point earlier, how anything could step on us at any moment. I don't know what this being is. It could be an alien. It could be whatever. Something could domesticate us or kill us at any instant or whatever. So what is stopping them? Like they are at this point then the alpha that we just discovered, a new alpha. What is stopping this alpha from killing us, breeding us, domesticating? You know, like what's to say we're not the new elephant?
Let me ask you this. Did you ever know anyone who had an ant farm?
No.
Yeah.
Did you know of ant farms?
Yes.
They don't really do much with them. They just watch them. And it's interesting to some people.
It is.
I think we could be an ant farm.
We could. What if we're eaten though? Like we could
be eaten.
We could be eaten. We
that
could
would
also
be
be
that.
bred. And
We could do a lot of things. We could be being bred right now.
That's true. Shit.
I mean, you put us in a controlled population where we're safe and everything like that, and we just naturally breed our own. We don't need any catalyst to do that. It's in our genes. It's in our programming. If you want to get a little more existential as to why we were
to say
created.
this thing hasn't programmed us, you know?
Dude, we need to watch The Matrix. Have you seen The Matrix yet?
I have.
Yeah, you have?
A long time ago.
Matrix bangs, dude.
So I guess essentially, like, what's the hurt if it's like a controlled environment, but there's an amount of freedom and the things living in it don't know anything outside of that.
So you want to give them a little bit of freedom. If you don't give them any
like
freedom,
like
then
an ant
they
farm,
start to
you give
challenge
them-
that.
Yeah, if you have like an ant farm, they have the freedom to like dig around, burrow, and eat the stuff that they're digging and burrowing.
Yeah, so I
but
mean, we
that's
could be
the only life they
confined.
know.
This Earth could be our, it could have started as, this is from a large scale. It could be anything. This Earth could be our ant farm as we start to evolve. They could have anticipated that hypothetically, if you believe in this. I don't even know if I believe in anything like this. But I mean, this universe could be a small scale. I remember seeing a text post on Tumblr way back when saying that, like, what if the universe was created by like some interdimensional beings? It's like their third grade science project. They create a microverse. I mean, it very well easily could be. Luke and I had an interesting conversation. We were talking about how at our old house, we had a bunch of spiders in my room, or there was always spiders in my room. And I was worried that when I was unpacking all my shit, a bunch of spiders got in. And like, even if there was just one or two, like they could breed it and bring it all over to this whole new world to them. And I was like, dude, what if that was Adam and Eve? And he was like, no.
That's really far. That's
I'm aware, but like as a
Adam and
as a
Eve was
concept,
just, like, riding on the back of like some some intergalactic being, and they just
Traveler.
fall off.
It's
on
called Noah's Ark, dude.
intergalactic traveler. And
he was
Adam
just
and
on a
Eve
space
happened-
cruise, and he happened to stop by Earth. He was checking out the
They got left
scenery.
behind
You had to go to
because
the
they were
bathroom.
off like
He just take a leak.
fucking off somewhere.
And then he made like the fucking Great Rivers or something.
It's way out there. We
man.
dug that hunting thing into the ground just now. And we still didn't even cover everything I can think of. I still have all kinds of wild
Not
thoughts
really.
bouncing in my head.
I mean, if life really is like,
That's a really broad conversation.
I mean, because
Yeah, I've been getting
the
really
truth is that
existential lately.
in the grand scheme of everything, we are so small. So, I mean, you could say that none of this really matters, but basically, I mean, you just want to find out what works for you, what coincides with your morality and things like that, and just what you believe will raise your quality of life and the quality of life of the people around you. So if that means not hunting, if that means hunting, then
Right. I just think that it's like when it comes down to like an elitism, like I think this way and you're wrong because of this, that's when it comes down to it. Because it's like there are people who are so heavy on recycling when it's like, okay, you can recycle your ass off every day for the rest of your life and you will never make a dent in the fact of what Walmart or the big companies will do in one single day with the amount of shipping and packaging and things like that they have to use. Like, you will never make a dent in that, and that's what's making the difference, not us. I understand the idea of, like, it takes little things to make a huge difference, and it does, but it's those little actions that inspire people to vote for change and make actual institutionalized change that can happen. But people who are elitist over, like, oh, you're not using the recycling bin, that's not the fucking problem. That's a good way of reminding people that this is an issue, but that's not the fix.
Yeah, the fix is getting the big company, which that's where you have to get everything together. You have to get like a community together saying we should change this.
Yeah.
It's not you should recycle every day, because that you can.
And you would, all that will change is that you'll feel better about yourself, which is a good thing to accomplish if that really does help. But don't like turn around and shit on someone else over it.
Yeah,
That's the problem that I have.
yeah,
with
feel
it.
good that you tried your best.
It's more of like you need to inform them on why they should or why they should try and stop the big. That's all. Yeah, you get it. You get it.
Yeah, you get it. You guys got it.
You guys got it. You guys got it.
But I mean,
Is
what do
that
you
it?
guys think could like with recycling and stuff like that? Like, what do you guys think would need to be done to like get everybody on the same page for recycling?
Oh man, I don't even know where to start, dude.
Yeah, it's
That's out of my realm. If I knew where to start, I would have done it. I guess.
It's
You know?
Elon Musk. He's a
It's like you just
renewable
need.
energy is a good start, and then recycling.
It's just with any.
I think
kind
it's
of
the
problem.
science of biodegradable tech would be my guess, or more
Well,
combustible
it's just you
tech.
need to get everyone together so they can, stop these big companies, and that would make the change that would need to happen. But it's like, how do you get everyone together to do that? People try, but you never, it never comes. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a movie on Hulu, available on Hulu, called First Reformed, that talks all about, like, the science of, not talks all about it, but it has it as a major theme of, like, environmentalism, and how, like, we've known, over the last 20 years, we've known that if we didn't change anything, we'd be fucked within, like, the next 30, 50 years, and then we never did anything. And so it's like, at this point, like, a lot of scientists say we are past the point of return over a lot of these issues that we're having. It's very scary. It could take something awful to change, like a large population wipeout or war or something like that to change the tide on that. Because it definitely won't be happening just through lobbying or through, recycling bins or reduce, reuse, recycle ads or anything like that. But
yeah. I mean,
I don't know what it would take. It would take a lot. It would take something on a worldwide scale.
like,
Not
I think
not.
it's.
But yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
No, you're
interrupt
good. You go, man.
I don't know. I think it's so hard to be hopeful about that type of thing. Like about like I guess like saving the environment and stuff like that. Like because right now if like you look at our city, like our city's relatively clean. Like we don't have like trash. Like it doesn't look like we have like trash like growing out of our ears or anything like that.
Right.
Like, everything looks clean. So all this stuff that's affecting the planet is like shoved off to the side somewhere out of the way. Mm-hmm. So nobody's really thinking about it, or like nobody really sees like how the environment is being affected by it, because they don't see like these landfills. They don't see like all this stuff that's polluting the air or anything like that. And, we might see like the effects of it, like weird changes in weather, but that's, enough. That's not really enough to like really make anybody become an activist. So then like it makes me think like what if we didn't have like all the trash like off to the side? Like what if like we had it like in the middle of the city, like, you know, like people like, you know, like some like kind of like put it in like the hands of the people where we had to take care of that mess or something like that, where like, you know, like it's going to be there and it's going to be a huge eyesore unless like it's like taken care of or something like that. But then again, at the same time, like
I think most people would just move out.
same.
Yeah,
Like
I would fucking dip if
like-
they were like, "Hey, we're opening up a dumpster in the middle of this area just because." Like, nah, I'm out.
I think that's just like kind of how like people are. Like they'll like see like you know, you either have like people who see a mess and they feel obligated to clean it, or there's somebody who sees a mess and they say, "Oh, well, it's already so messy in here. I might as well not worry about like where I put my bottles and cans and stuff like that." Like, because like I've had that before. Like I have like a messy room. Like, oh, my room's already a mess, so I'll just like throw my trash like anywhere and I'll like throw it on the floor.
I don't know if it would
like
be the same thing. It's a much larger scale, so it doesn't, you know, raise exponentially. It still says you versus one room versus you versus a whole worldwide issue, where it's your effect is still significant, is infinitely less than it was before.
What I'm saying is that like I think like people can have a similar mentality.
Yeah.
Like whereas like they see like the world has a problem or the world has a mess, and they either feel obligated to fix it or clean it or something like that. And then you have the other half who are kind of like me, where like they see the mess and they'll be like, oh, well, it's already messy in here. You know, I might as well just like keep up with the same pattern and stuff like that. So I think like that, like those conflicting mentalities are kind of like a problem with all of that. You know, like I don't know if anybody will ever get on like the same page, band together, save the environment. Stuff like that.
That's what Game of Thrones is about. About saving the environment.
Really?
Yeah. So it's about all these clans that hate each other, all these strong political bodies gathering together to defeat a environmental source.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long way.
I have a topic for another podcast.
Write it down and we'll talk about it next week.
Dude, I want to see what
Hint, bait people. Yeah.
No.
Tune in next week for...
No, I'm thinking I want to talk about burial, dead bodies.
Holy shit.
filling
Yeah,
up
that's
the
very
planet,
interesting.
Yeah,
the planet,
yeah.
you know? Cremation. That's an interesting conversation that we are not going to talk about right now.
No, God, no.
We're going to talk about
have
it.
a lot of different post-death practices. I'm not getting into it. I'm just stating.
We're just saying that there's a conversation there, and you're going to hear about it next week
Yeah, man.
on this podcast. Thanks.
Sick tight. Bye.
See you.